Hi there everyone. I wanted to just make a video to show you how I put my journal together. My journal is based on bullet journaling system of organization, which is a system developed by a man named Ryder Carroll out of Brooklyn, New York. He's an interaction designer and art director, and I just love this system. There are a few limitations to the system that I'll get into as far as how it works for me, but it's just so flexible and adaptable that I think it's a system that could work for a lot of different types of people. I am a type of person who needs a lot of help with organization, but I easily get discouraged when I have a system of organization that requires me to follow to the letter the way that it's sort of prescribed. So pre-printed journals don't often work for me because I stop following them and then I go back and I feel like I've failed at the system. And anyway, I've tried a lot of different systems. There's so many wonderful systems out there, and it's really a very individual process trying to figure out what works best for you. For me, with my sort of scattered brain, the way it works is I really need a system that's flexible and adaptable. So this system, wonderful for me. Let me just start out by showing you how I've put this notebook together. I made this leather cover. It's very simple. It's just a piece of leather belly from a store called Tandy Leather, which is a chain of leather tooling supply stores in the United States. For about $20, I bought the leather belly. Using an X-Acto, I cut it down to size, and I bought the supplies to poke some holes in the spine here, and using a piece of elastic, I have attached 3 moleskine or moleskin, however you prefer to pronounce. There is no prescripted way to pronounce that journal. Excuse the background noises. My toddler is having some fun. So I have 3 of them here. My first one is reserved for the bullet journaling system. If you want a great overview of how bullet journaling works, go to bulletjournal.com. Wonderful, helpful tools for how to understand the system. My second notebook is filled with calendars that I have pasted in. I will explain that a little bit in a moment. And my third is a notebook with blank pages that I can use to just be messy, to doodle, draw my cat, whatever. Give a little page to my toddler so he can some of those are not so great. So he can make some scribbles, and so that works for my lifestyle. Now, let me show you the bullet journal. It starts out with an index page that you maintain as you develop your lists and your calendar items. You start out with a spread. On the left-hand side, you put your calendar. Now, I started this just a couple days ago at the end of September, so you would usually reserve 1 page for a month, but because there were just a few days, I combined September and October. So you write down your calendar spread. This is where you keep track of events, and where I also will be putting in, and I put in appointment reminders and things like that that I have, that I will transfer from my calendar system in the second notebook. Okay, I keep track of tasks on the right-hand side, and then you have your daily lists that you put together every day. Your to-do list, the recording of notes and events. And I like to keep track of these lists of what I've done by filling out the squares. I also have other lists that I have been putting together which I also keep track of on my index page back here. A party I'm going to be throwing, home improvement lists of sort of necessities, a home dream list of things that I would really like to have, quotes, etc. That's how the bullet journaling works. Now, for me, the main drawback to how this system works is that there's no way to keep track of forward planning events. Birthdays, anniversaries, doctor's appointments, things that are happening in the... Excuse that noise. Things that are happening in the future. And so what I've done is I have gone to a site called Life Your Way. Now, specifically, these printables that I have printed out can be found at printables.lifeyourway.net. Or something like that. I think that's the URL, but you can find it with that by Googling. And there's a lot of different printables on the web that you can get for free. I really love the way that these are laid out. There you go, lifeyourway.net. I really like the way these are laid out because they're very simple and stylish. So I printed one out for the next 18 months or so. And I fold them over. I cut them down to size so they fit in my notebook. By the way, I didn't mention, these notebooks are the Moleskine large size cahier or cahier. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. I should know. I cut them down to size and then I fold them, and instead of attaching tabs or something, I just write down there on the edge of the page, the folded edge, what month it's for, so I can find them easily. Now, every page, there's my cat that you saw the sketch of earlier. Every page also has a blank spread on the left, so if I need to make kind of notes about what's going on, I've left that option open. So I can write down appointments that will happen in the future in this notebook. I also have included, my kitty is such a kitty, right? I mean, of course, when I'm making a video and there's a camera on, he has to come and be the center of the video. Right, Dakari? He wants to say hi. Okay, back on task. So I have this second notebook where I've pasted in these calendars using a glue stick. I also have this section of school calendars because my older son's teacher is lovely enough to send home every month a school calendar that has all sorts of information that I would rather not transfer onto another calendar. It's easy enough to just paste it in here. So I've left some pages open for one calendar per month of the school year. I've also included things like the schedule for my YMCA classes, and then I have a year at a glance spread for 2013 and 2014. And I have it color-coded just for a quick look to see when there will be school off, when we'll be taking family vacations, when my husband is on call, etc. And this is a great one that you can print out from a site called Philofaxy, Philofaxy. Some great printables that are put out by those folks. Really nice. They make them all available for free. So that is a brief overview of how this all works. Again, 3 notebooks and this wonderful piece of comfortable leather that just kind of warms to the touch. It's the perfect size for me, fits in my bag, and I think that means it's time for me to go and attend to some other things that are happening in this environment right now. I hope this has been helpful for you, and thanks for watching.